Yeah, that's not a middle school. That is called Lackland Air Force Base. And if you if you're next door to an Air Force base, you might see some military personnel. I don't know. I spent 3 years on one, and I got I saw a couple, yeah, here and there on a huge naval installation. Yeah, you probably might see some uniforms. You might. The thing where and this doesn't even exist here. This is the real one. You know, it's you know. Oh God, it doesn't even matter. All right, doesn't exist. He made this up. He printed this. I've seen the original. Okay, now, military recruitment in schools raises questions. If you go to high school, which maybe Alex went to, maybe didn't, who knows, if he made it that far, you're probably going to see military recruiters from time to time. Okay, that's been going on since day one. They were there when I was in high school. When my father was in high school, his father, trust me, nothing new about it. I was watching something a while back. This was when I still had some faith in Alex Jones, but this really, I started losing it. What he did was he reported on a school in Pensacola, Florida, and like he just said that. Marines stormed the school and pointed guns at kids' heads and said, "This is in the name of Bill Clinton," or "Bill Clinton wants you to know what martial law is," and all this shit. So I was like, "Whoa, you know that's pretty big stuff." You know that you know, and I haven't heard of that. I was like, "Damn!" So as Alex said to do, I Googled it and. I did find a newspaper report, and you should read this one because it totally goes against anything that Alex says. I'll let you read that yourself if you want to Google it. Just well, let's just get started because Alex, buddy, I got to bust you on this again because you're lying, you're whipping up fear to sell T-shirts. I sent the school, Hobbs Middle School, not elementary. Jesus, Alex. There's a difference between middle school and elementary school. I sent off an email to the school a while back in the beginning of the summer, and I just wanted to know what they had to say about it. And it took a while, but I finally got a response. I don't know who sent this. They did not give me their name, but on the email header, it was from the office. It was the school district, so it's legit. It is legit. They did not sign it, nor would I reveal the name if they had. This is what I got back. Dear, Hi, sorry it took so long to get back to you. Your email wound up in the spam folder. No surprise. In response to your question concerning the 1999 visit to our school by members of the U.S. military, I will clarify a few things first. Hobbs Middle School has been hosting members of the military for several decades now, part of a school sponsorship program. There was, in fact, no surprise takeover of Hobbs Middle School at all. The students had been informed well in advance, and in fact, it had been noted on the school calendar given to them at the beginning of the school year. All right? So already we know that Alex is lying to sell T-shirts. The teacher in question had been covering European geography at the time of the situation in Yugoslavia and decided to utilize the visit by about a half dozen members of the Naval Officer Cadet School here in Pensacola. The cadets were and have continued to be invaluable in the donation of their time, which I'm sure is limited. The ideal of a martial law scenario, which, while a bit unorthodox if you ask me, kind of, yeah, whatever, was used to give the students in the classroom an idea of what students their ages were enduring in that part of the world. So much so that several students began a pen pal program with one of the schools here in Sarajevo. I can add also that Mr. Jones did the U.S. military, students, and faculty of this school a great disservice by giving the impression that HMS was under some sort of military control, when in fact the opposite was and is true. The idea that some sort of shock troop group would be allowed, armed, pointing guns at people's heads on the orders of Bill Clinton, as Mr. Jones put it, onto the grounds of any school in the United States to terrorize and threaten students and faculty completely defies all sense of logic, which, judging by the video he recorded reporting the actions that day, Mr. Jones seems to be lacking a little more than just logical thinking. I viewed this video some time back, and it was truly cringeworthy. It would be appreciated by all parties involved if he were to make some sort of retraction and clear up what he started, but I'm not going to hold my breath. Thank you and good luck, and I will add on a personal note that during the administration of Bill Clinton, the American education system experienced a renaissance of sorts in terms of school funding, hiring of teachers, and improving schools from the ground up, which of course George Bush made sure to wipe out and reverse. So there you have it. This is a document from somebody within the school. Again, I don't know who. But it was sent from Hobbs Middle School. The thing about Alex, his visceral attacks on Bill Clinton. What Alex does is he goes from like one boogeyman to the next. Clinton. I used to listen to Alex Jones back in the day, back in the 90s, and he was always going on and on about Clinton, and he's gonna take our guns, and he's gonna militarize the schools and kidnap your children, and he's a pussy, and he won't start a war and shit. And it's like, the thing with Alex, he sort of like, hopscotches from one boogeyman to the next. He moved on from that to 9/11 was an inside job, which is true, that is true. Funny though, he never talks about it now. You would even say that he would disagree with that now. You notice he never talks about 9/11 was an inside job. He doesn't want anything to do with it. He's washed his hands of it. So again, who's the pussy? What is the new boogeyman now is Barack Obama, and he's from Kenya, and he's a Muslim and all this shit. And it's just things that don't really fucking matter at all. He doesn't talk about Afghanistan and Iraq, anymore. He doesn't. It's people know that we shouldn't be in Afghanistan, Iraq, and he just ignores it. He goes after things that are ludicrous, such as Barack Obama is like a plant, like, he's a Chinese spy and all of this bullshit, just this ludicrous stuff, just this ludicrous things. Oh, he's gonna take your guns, and it's like, do you know, in my lifetime, since the Ford administration, do you realize, and he's not going to tell you this, Alex isn't going to tell you this, the vast majority, something like over 90% of the gun control laws were actually passed under Reagan, the first Bush, and then the second Bush. Okay, that's the vast fucking majority of gun control laws. Restrictions were passed by Reagan, Bush Sr., and Bush Jr., not Clinton, and not Obama. Okay, but oh no, it's that coon in the White House, he's gonna take your guns out. No, dude, Alex is always going on and on about these predictions, and he's the soothsayer, and he can, he knows the future and all of this stuff. Gold is going to go up to $5,000 an ounce, and then the government's going to come in and take it all from you. No, it's not. It's dropping rapidly. None of this shit ever comes true, Alex. None of all these. Oh God, Bill Clinton. He's gonna ruin America, and he just had a field day when they had that Monica Lewinsky planted in the White House. He just went on and on and on about Bill Clinton getting his dick sucked. He's the president, okay? Somebody's gonna suck his dick. It's like saying, oh, Gene Simmons from Kiss got his dick sucked. He's fucking Gene Simmons. He's in Kiss, okay? If you're in America, if you're rich and famous, somebody's gonna suck your dick. That's how it works. That's why people want to be rich and famous. That's a perk, man. Trust me, I know all about it. But the thing with Alex is, dude, I just want to know what happened to you. When did all this start? This thing, military's in the schools. This is a document. This is from the horse's mouth. Saying what a disservice he's done. Pointing guns at people's heads on the orders of President Clinton. I mean, that's bullshit. Everybody knows that's bullshit. You couldn't do that. You can't go into school and you can't take guns to any fucking school. I mean, I don't know of any school where you can take guns. Maybe there is one. I don't know. But to smear the name, he keeps smearing the name of the military and all this stuff. He keeps covering them, with mud. The U.S. military, while I don't agree with everything that every pie that they've got a finger in, certainly not Afghanistan and Iraq, but the U.S. military is the only fucking thing that stands between you and essentially China. It's the only thing that keeps other countries at bay, because let me tell you, in human history, when you have one tribe or one group or one city who has, especially resources, fresh water or food or in this case oil, I'm a vet, and for him to just to shit on the U.S. military again and again and again and lie about it. There are a lot of vets who listen to Alex Jones, and it's like, how can you just shit all over your audience like that? But for the most part, they keep quiet. You were never in the military. You don't know what it's like, Alex. This thing. Oh, they're using crossing guards and army crossing guards. No, they're not. They're next to a fucking Air Force base. Okay. Why aren't parents out there doing that? There's one guy who posted. He said, yeah, on that video, he said, yeah, the Civil Air Patrol, because parents won't do it. Well, I'm not going to do. Americans. These Americans, they don't want to volunteer for that shit. They're not going to do stuff. They're not going to get off their fat asses and go stand out in the hot fucking Texas sun and have a bunch of snotty, fucking snotty noses blowing all over you and, all this stuff. Parents aren't going to do it. Somebody's got to do it, But Alex, you've been caught once again lying, making shit up, and I feel sorry. Whoever wrote this, thank you. I appreciate it. Whoever wrote this, thank you for sending it. Because this is what I thought. He or she is pretty much, confirming my opinion of it. My theory on it that I had when I first saw that video. Just bullshit garbage, Alex. Keep selling the t-shirts, keep selling the DVDs. oh, you know, the world is fucking ending. No, it's not. Jesus Christ. Anyway, gotta go. Keep at it, Alex. I'll keep busting you.